find me, Jose Monkey.
You asked me to figure out where this video was recorded, so I did. Hi, I'm Jose Monkey, and I find people who ask to be found. Guys, this is a fun one because it ended up being pretty close to a previous location. So what can we see? This person recorded this video on a rainy day in a parking lot, or perhaps I should say car park, since there are many clues that tell me that this is the United Kingdom. The first view that we get shows us that this lot is overlooking a residential neighborhood. We can see that there are some power lines that are fairly close here. As I turn the camera, we can see a few different stores. We've got an Aldi, a food warehouse, and a Home Bargains. We can briefly see a sign down at the end of the lot here, which I imagine is announcing all the different stores that are in this shopping center, but it's way too blurry to read. And just in case there weren't enough clues here to tell us that this is somewhere in the UK, we can see some license plates here, and we've got white front plates and yellow rear plates, which is something you'll find in the United Kingdom. Oh, and the steering wheel's on the right side of the car. Okay, so this might seem like a lot of information, but the thing to keep in mind here is that these stores have many, many locations. There are over 1,000 Aldi stores in the UK, and back in Season 2, Episode 14 in Liverpool, I learned about Home Bargains, and they have over 550 locations in the United Kingdom. We also have Food Warehouse here, and there are fewer of those, but still almost 200 of them. So that's kind of a lot of places. But as I've often pointed out before, the unique combination of these particular stores in close proximity to each other is usually very useful for narrowing down the candidate locations. So I started by looking for all Aldi stores that were close to Home Bargains, and I got something like 75 locations. That was still kind of a lot, so I tried adding the Food Warehouse to that search. And that reduced the number of locations significantly. There were fewer than 10. Now maybe I could have stopped there, but I decided to add the power lines to my query and see if I could narrow it down any further. And I got 0 locations at that point. Okay, so maybe I'd gotten overzealous. The thing we have to remember here is that the OpenStreetMap database is maintained by the community, so sometimes there are gaps in the data. So I removed the power lines from my search and went back to the short list of locations where we had Aldi, Home Bargains, and Food Warehouse. It was a short list, so I just checked each one. But guys, none of those were right. At that point, I suspected that I was missing locations that might not be in the OpenStreetMap database. It seems like one or more of these stores were probably not listed. So I tried removing some of the stores one by one to see if I could figure out what combination might give me a result set that worked. And when I tried omitting the Food Warehouse location and looking for only Aldi locations that were close to Home Bargains, but also close to power lines, I found the one I was looking for. You're at Midway Retail Park in Pontypridd, Wales. I used Google Street View to confirm the view of the houses that we see, and also that sign down at the end of the car park. Based on what we can see in the video, I'm pretty sure you were standing right here. In case you were wondering, the Food Warehouse was missing from the OpenStreetMap database, and that's why I wasn't able to find it with my initial query. But don't worry, I added it now. So now if you do the search that I did before, you will get exactly one location in all of the UK. And guys, that was it. Just a reminder that if you use the OpenStreetMap database, you should consider joining the community of people who contribute on a regular basis. Those contributors help to keep it up to date and accurate. Okay, it's time to check which previous location was closest to this one. And as I said at the start of this video, it's a pretty close one. This is very close to the location I found in Season 2, Episode 53, also in Pontypridd. That's a little less than 3 miles or about 4.5 kilometers away from this spot.